Good morning everyone, today we're talking about the 35mm f1.4, the new Sony lens. Is it worth it? How does it compare to the 24-1.4? What do I think about it? I've been able to use it for the past few weeks and I've got so much to tell you about. This might be my new favorite lens. Let's go! Alright guys, welcome to Paris, welcome to 2021, and welcome to the new world because the 35mm f1.4 from Sony is out. It's a GM lens. It is ecstatic. I absolutely love it. But in this video, I want to share with you why you might not want to invest in it. How does it compare to a 24-1.4? How does it shoot? What can you shoot with it? Why would I recommend it and for whom? And last but not least, and that's what we're gonna start with, the ergonomics. If you're ready, let's go. Woo! All right, we're gonna start with the most important test, which is the pocket test. If you don't know it, guys, I love putting my lenses in my pockets just to see if they're small enough for me to keep them or not. Now, 35mm is a staple, right? If you've never shot with it, I highly encourage you to try one, no matter what it is. It's a very natural angle to look through. The focal length feels great, and it's also a staple in street photography. A lot of street photographers swear by 35mm, and also a lot of wedding photographers love the combo 35 plus 85mm. So, first of all, it fits in the pocket, right? So we've got a 35-1.4 that fits in the pocket. And I remember 35-1.4 on Sigma, on my Nikon, was literally my favorite lens. Now we have a Sony lens that is 1.4, but it's tiny. It's literally small, compact. It fits in my hand. It's light. I've had the privilege to shoot with it for the past few weeks, and it's a blessing, to be honest, in the world of photography right now for me. I know this review will sound very biased. No one paid me to say anything. I didn't get even the lens for free. I just had the opportunity to try it, but I'm in love with it. So everything is a little bit tinted with love in that review. So we've got a button right here that you can reprogram for the eye focus, just like on the 24-1.4. We've got AM, MF. We've got obviously a very smooth ring for the manual focus, and we have the click on off, which controls the aperture ring. Smooth, no sound, or if you want it to click. So now it clicks. It's up to you. I don't use it as much as I thought I would at the beginning. I'm still using my buttons, but it's very helpful, especially if you like to shoot old style lenses and you want to have the same feeling on a new lens. That's going to be great. And if you do video, this is super helpful. So to recap, tiny lens, small, compact, lightweight. You won't feel heavy or burdened by taking it. You'll probably put it in your backpack every single day. So that's a huge win. Now, how does it shoot? That's a good question. All right, so how does it shoot? Well, it's very similar to the 24-1.4 because it's the same construction, same linear motor. It's very fast in autofocus, extremely fast actually, I should say, extremely silent. You can't hear anything, which is great if you're doing video. You never hear the focus go back and forth. It's smooth, it's beautiful. The light sources are points. Just like on the 24-1.4, there's a special coating. Your light sources, if you're shooting at night, for example, and you have like tiny points in the distance, they stay tiny points. They don't go smudgy or they don't go wider, which is, in my opinion, always a great advantage. Now, the flare is a little particular. You don't get a massive amount of flare. The coating kind of removes a lot of it. A little bit like on the 12 to 24mm f2.8 that I reviewed recently. I didn't have a great weather to test it too much, if I'm honest. For the past 3 weeks, it's been gray and kind of rainy. So we're gonna have to test that a little bit more in the future. In terms of sharpness, to be honest, I'll let you judge by yourself. We're gonna zoom onto those images. You can make your own mind. For me, it's extremely sharp, whether I was at 1.4, 1.8, 2.8, 3.5. It didn't really matter. I always had something that I was impressed by. And it's important, especially in a day with like 42 megapixel cameras, you want to make sure that your lens is going to fall. Now, in the price range that we're talking about, this is the minimum that we're expecting. We're talking about a $1,400 lens. It's the same price as the 24-1.4, so there isn't much negative I can say about that lens and the way it works, to be honest, because it's just so good. I hate doing those reviews where I'm like, everything's great, but I'm sorry, it is great. Now, the big question is not how amazing it is, but do you need it? In what circumstances do you need a 35-1.4? Should you go for a 35-1.8, which is a lot cheaper? Should you go for a 24-1.4 or a 20-1.8? I'm gonna tell you that in just a second. Whew. All right, now the most important, guys, who needs it, in what circumstances do you need a 35-1.4, and most importantly, how does it compare to the one and only all-star 24mm 1.4. We're gonna compare how they look and what you can shoot with it. The most important to remember is 35mm is an angle that is very natural for your eyes. It is not too wide, it's not too tight, it doesn't distort much. If you look in the corners of those lenses, you have very, very little distortion, and it's a huge advantage. I would recommend that lens for anyone who wants to do lifestyle, travel, street photography, and a lot of wedding photographers love to use those. 35 is literally a perfect lens that I recommend to everyone. Now, 35 or 24? What should you know about the difference? First of all, the 35 1.4 and the 24 1.4 are very much alike. As I mentioned, same build, same construction, same coating, same linear motors, so they're both very fast. And so many of you actually invested in the 24 1.4. I know it because I've talked to a lot of you in the comments or in real life, and you said that I kind of convinced you to get that 24 1.4 because that's my favorite lens. Now we have a 35 1.4, and I'm sad to announce that you might have to save money because this might be my new favorite lens. I've shot some family stuff the other day, I've shot some street, I'm shooting at night a little bit, and it is a pure pleasure to work with. It's not too wide and it's not too tight, so it's great in between. And if you have a 7R4 or 3, you can always crop in, have a 50mm kind of feel with your lens. So should you invest? Is this lens worth it? It's absolutely worth it. If you've loved the 24 1.4, you're gonna to absolutely rave for that lens. Now, I want to know what you think in the comments. Are you going to order it? Let me know. I'm dropping a link below if you want more info on the lens. All right, so 20mm f1.8. If you don't have a 16-35, I would recommend you that lens. If you need something wide, that can include a lot in your field of view. And most importantly, that can shoot fast, meaning f1.8 at night is going to be awesome. Now, 24mm f1.4 is literally the all-stars lens. In my opinion, it's tiny, it's beautiful, you can do astrophotography, it has a special coating for that, your light sources are points, you will love it. Everyone that I've recommended to is in love with it. That's definitely if you need something a little wider. Now, 35 1.4, where does it fit? For me, this is the perfect street, wedding, lifestyle, travel lens. Why? Because it's not too wide, it's not too tight, you can do street portraits very easily, you can go in crop mode also and end up around 50 1.4, which is absolutely sick if you have a R series camera. And last but not least, I will say it's the same size, same weight as the other one, which beats any single other lens that is on the market right now. And the 35 1.8 that is not here, you would get it if you needed, I would say, a street, kind of more on the budget-friendly end, street lens. But I wouldn't do maybe weddings, etc. with the 35 1.8 because I feel it interacts a little differently with the light. I love the way those GM lenses work in all light conditions. Even when you get flare entering straight into the lens, it looks great, it looks clean. You get a lot of details and it's super sharp. So now before I forget, would you like to receive twice a week inspiration, tips, creative ideas, things that really inspired me lately? I'm sending twice a month an awesome newsletter called the Top 5. You can receive it for free twice a month, so please check out the link in the description. Now with that being said, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye! No, I'm joking. For the video, you know, for the view. Drop the camera up here. Oh gosh. My feet.